Hello, hopefully the Roblox volume isn't that loud for you guys. Let me turn it down. Alright, well, today is kind of announcement slash gameplay. So play papers while I talk. This is unscripted, as my other announcements have been scripted. I'm going to talk about the Frankish, of course, because that's all that anyone in the hours is talking about at the moment, and a couple other things. Keep it updated. I'm trying to be transparent on what they're doing against me, of course, and they on a couple of YouTube comments they posted my my Instagram up, but my Instagram was released to IRF through a guy named German1940s back in March. So a lot of you guys actually follow me on Instagram, which you can. I don't post a lot on there anymore because just busy with life and doing Roblox development. But I'll try to post if you guys want to follow me. I mostly post real life stuff, but I might start posting Roblox related stuff on Instagram. I think that'd be cool. So it's Prince of Peasants if you guys want to follow. Today I did an update on papers. I added a bunch of badges. Like there's a badge right here, these metal bricks right here. It just says that you've been here in the library, and there's a bunch of others, including a Frankish one. It's kind of a old allies joke of Lewis, the head of the Frankish, secretly he has all his followers lying, saying he doesn't lead the group, but it's them pretty much begging for money. There's a lot of reports of like kids who get their birthday money and their Christmas money. You know, Christmas is coming up and stuff, and they literally spend all their money trying to please them. So they give like all their birthday money and stuff for their dumb ideology and their Nazism. But, oh, and another thing, what I want to talk about before I start in the Frankish stuff. German forces 1940s got content deleted, and even though it was difficult honestly rating them, you know, their base was kind of biased, but that's okay because it's their home base. I didn't see any hardcore proof that they are fascist or national socialist, so I do not support their content deletion. If you can have a World War II German group, you know, and even roleplay as, you know, the Nazis, as long as you don't brainwash children into, you know, the ideology, as the Frankish do and some other German groups that we are against. It's not a huge problem now in Roblox. Like, there's a few people who do it, but they're generally small. Ludwig, Lewis, they're the same person when I refer to them. They still do the brainwashing and stuff. They just don't do it publicly, so their groups don't get, you know, deleted. So yeah, I kind of want to start it on. I've seen some allies and some communists, you know, really hardly insulting like Christoph and, you know, some of the high ranks, but you have to remember at some point, like, some of these are just kids that are, you know, on the wrong side, you know. And I used to work for Lewis before I came out and I was in the closet. I actually believed in National Socialism about like 5 years ago. That's how long he's been online. And, you know, I have faith that they'll turn around and see the light. You know, I'm not saying, you know, turn around and believe in, you know, communism or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, they'll realize what they believe in is wrong at one point. At least most of them do. Some of them get trapped and they believe that and stuff, but overall, for my announcement, giving them the ultimatum, they still haven't ungroup banned us, which is really stupid. I mean, like, I said in the comments to some of them that talked against me, I'm just like, you guys have never gone this low. Like, none of them have been this low. Like, they've AA'd and raised before, But they never just group banned everyone because we broke like one or two silly rules. You know, people on papers break rules all the time, but there's a warning system. We warn people first. We don't just go out and ban them, like group ban them, or not group ban them. I mean, game ban them where they can never play again, because people buy game passes and stuff, and it's really unfair to those people. And I think some comrades bought game passes at their place and then got group banned, so they're again, they try to press that a Zionist agenda, saying that Jews want to steal and they only care about your money and they don't care, but they're guilty themselves. You don't have to be Jewish to be greedy. I mean, I think all walks of life are greedy. There's greed in every place. And sometimes I can be, and I have the difference between a boss and a leader. A boss just ignores people, and they don't. A leader listens. I read all my messages. Like, I read all my Roblox messages, I read all my Discord messages. I don't have the time. Is partly I'm old and I do have adult responsibilities, and I don't understand why they would act like the people that they hate. You know what I mean? Like, they say how, oh, there's a guy here. They say how greedy they are, and then they're greedy themselves. Sorry, I'm kind of going in circles here, and this is the Shafe HQ here in game, if you're watching the game or you're just listening. But it's good to read all your messages and see what your supporters say. But I just, like I said, I don't have time to respond to everyone. I really wish I could. I like when I get messages from you guys, and you guys say how much you like the game, and you give me improvement ideas. We used to have a suggestions bot in IRF. I mean, not bot, I mean channel, and I never could keep up with it. But when people send me suggestions through DMs, I can wait. But I never could get through the suggestions channel. But when people DM me, like, I actually think about it, and I'm like, oh, that might be a good idea. And and if any of you watching, you want to send me an idea, go ahead, DM Roblox. Like I said, I read both. But it's really good to make sure you talk to your lower constituents to see improvements, because people like, say, the Presidium or the Commissars don't always know the daily struggles of being a low rank and how you could be improved. And cut line tip. Okay. Sorry, I really have a hard time talking and typing at the same time. And hashtags. Roblox. Need to get on fixing that. It's kind of just reminds me of North Korea with their censorship. Yeah. More Frankish said. Frankish people, they made a game and uploaded some of my photos on uploaded some of my photos on a game, and I was like, that's kind of that's another low. I'd never seen them do that either, which is kind of shocking. But yeah, and like I just was telling that guy how to be an officer. We actually have a lack of officers, so if you ever want to become an officer, my suggestion is that first, gotta get out of the cadet tiers. They have cadet trainings every day, like all the time. And I even made it easier for people to get out of the cadet ranks, because first they wanted to do an exam. I don't really agree with that. We have a lot of exams for officers, and we have on the field tests and stuff. Worry about exams when you're higher up. Cadets, you don't really need to be doing exams. So I decided to cut that. And then when you get to private and stuff, which is not that hard, I say it only takes you about a week. If you get to private, it's a lot easier. You take even more trainings, physical trainings, and then we made it public, a Trello of how what drills we do, on what to know and everything, and it's public information for everyone how to become an officer. And if you know that information, then there's a good chance you can become an officer. Once you show in OA trainings, once you get to OA, that you know the information, then we'll start letting you co-host with people, and in co-hosting, you take that knowledge and you put it onto the field. But yeah, we're trying to increase our officers. My personal goal is 75 to 80 officers. You know, we are a very large group with a lot of activity, and officers don't always have time to be at papers, you know, and I feel like if we, if we have more, then we can have more officers here, and then we can have military committees. Like, if you see, there's 3 military people here. Yeah, that's my suggestion for that guy. Hopefully he also listens to this recording. I also added a funny baby crying badge, like oh my gosh, it's a crying baby in a border that everyone's getting shot at. I thought that was kind of funny. And we also reopened the snowman hunt. Actually, I'll give you, well, not a hint, I'll just show you where one is. It's back where I was here. But yeah, there's 3 snowman badges. Just for the state of IRF, I guess we'll talk about IRF a little bit. I think it's doing pretty well. I mean, Papers it's been doing okay. I mean, it's done better, but I think that it's before Christmas, and a lot of parents are not letting kids buy Robux and buy VC until Christmas. So, like, money's down, so I can't run as many ads. The truth is, I run like 50% of our profits just back into the group, because I want to see the group. Like I said, it's called the 2 show. I've had this, fun fact, I used to lead a group called RSSR, and it was really fun. And this guy was a Soviet guard, that's the uniform, from the RSSR. And he's playing the 2 show recording with some very bad. Some people asked me about that. I had to He was at the I want to talk about Bavaria a little bit too. Bavaria, you might have noticed we unenemied them. We're not ending our enemy with them. It's just we're waiting for them to open up and like start the group. They haven't started their group yet, so we're gonna wait for them to open their group, so we then and have them get on their feet, so we can have battles and stuff. I feel like Bavaria and the models, they also they have immature moments, but they are a lot more professional, I believe, and I think it'll be a lot better than what we've had to do with the Frankish. But yeah, that's pretty much IRF news. Shafe news, I guess we go to Shafe. Shafe's pretty much doing the same thing I'm doing with worrying about Frankish and all those, the hypocrites, as you guys seen in the comments. Also, actually, I forgot something. They published a video about how they got a victory. I don't know if it was against the Allies or against me. I think it was against comrades. I'm pretty sure it was IRF, but I didn't watch it because anything that is just my own show. But yeah, they claimed victory, and the amount of dislikes they got was really embarrassing. Like, on all our announcements, the like ratio is pretty decent. Like, there's a good amount of dislikes, but it's mostly from those Nazis. But they got, like, all dislikes and, like, 4 or 5 likes, I believe, the last time I checked it. It was really bad, which, thank you guys, I'm glad. It gives me faith in humanity and you guys, in kids on Roblox. They can see the shit they're doing, and they know it's wrong. I always had a problem in the past explaining the hypocrisy in Lewis groups, because we didn't have a big enough outlet, and now, with Papers and Shape and USM's really big, it gets to more people, and more people realize, wow, they're really shitty, and their activity has been kind of laughable compared to the last groups. I mean, they've made really admirable groups, I have to say. I'm a lot lighter on German groups than the Shafe allies. Some of them are really hard, some of them believe in mass reporting, which I do not believe unless there is proof that there are National Socialists. Like, if there's proof of Lewis being a National Socialist, you know, I've seen their Discord. I get you Discord if you DM me. I can show you some really deplorable things they say. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kind of a right brain, so I kind of go everywhere and stop at places. But yeah, new things, I guess, for allies of IRF outside of Shafe. We're working on the Comintern right now, which are Soviet and communist and even like light socialist groups. We accept all types of left groups. If you have a group and you want to join, oh my god, I'm getting shot at. Oh, I'm gonna die. Live assassination, right up your I didn't think I was gonna win that. Let's see what he says. He always say something. Oh, don't they get really mad when I kill them? I wasn't even god that. You noticed in the first video I godded myself. I kind of forgot to heal myself. Little chat lag there. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing more videos like this where I just free talk to you guys. Because the scripted versions, I'm gonna still do them, but I sound just way too serious about Roblox on those. Like, I don't really care. Like, I like what I'm doing and I like making you guys happy, but I don't like talking at you guys. So I'm even thinking about doing live things if I can get like enough people to kill some more people. If you guys want to watch a video, so Ezek, when they were still up, they're coming back, by the way. Francisco district is, I think, reopening Ezek, so that's something to look forward to. You know, at least I have to say for Ezek, you know, they had some bad eggs, but they were never like Frankish bad. They never group banned or game banned people. Oh, that's bad. They never group banned people, but. Yeah, I'm gonna die this one. Save me. I lost my place. Oh well. But yeah, they also, the Frankish people, they also like try to say like I'm ugly or whatever, which I think was really funny because I've never had a really bad image of myself. So when people would insult my looks, I just kind of laugh. I mean, in high school was pretty like easy, and I got AIDS according to Ludwig, the Frankish leader, which he called it grits. Does anyone call AIDS grits? Like, please comment below and be like, if anyone uses grits as like to reference someone has AIDS, like tell me, because I don't hear that slang term a lot, and it's like. It's not AIDS itself, it's like the symptoms, but no, I don't have AIDS. If you ever, you know, I know there's children on this platform and stuff, but, you know, when you're old enough and you have stuff like that, you definitely, you know, press protection and stuff. That's really important, so. No, it's not really a topic for Roblox, but, you know, the Nazis, you know, they bring up topics like that, and then you have to explain to your children, like, hey, you know, moms and dads have sex, and some dads like other dads, you know. It's generally, most children on Roblox, they're generally over 10 years old, and by the time I was 10 years old, I knew what sex was. Thank you, first grade. Children talk to each other, guys. You know, even starting all the way back then. Oh, I also wanted to. I'm not going to change my video where it says Frankish autism, but I did realize it hurt some people's feelings, and I'm really sorry about that. Like, I don't mean that. And I meant it in the moment, but it's a microaggression, and I realized there's children in IRF that have disabilities, and using them as a term of hate. It's like saying something's gay, you know? I don't see it a lot in IRF Discord, which shocks me because a lot of people online say like things are gay. And I personally don't care. I call people faggots and myself a faggot, you know. I am. You know, if you give a word power, you know, then it has the power and it hurts you. But if you take it away and you don't care about it, it's kind of like an iDubbbz theory if you ever watch him. I kind of agree with that. Not everything with iDubbbz says, but I agree with him that if you give words power, then they will hurt you and other people more. If society would take them away, just like, you know, because the word retarded, I mean, retardando, which is just slow, you know, and it used to be a common used word just for slow, not even saying someone is slow, but saying the car is retarded, as in like, you know, that car is slow. But that's like really old English. Yeah. But I'm not gonna use that word anymore. I'm not gonna change the video either, but just wanted to apologize to those people who were hurt by the word and gave them some advice about moving forward and having thicker skin for this world, because it's, you know, especially on Roblox, it's not nice. Kids in here are definitely not nice. Learned that a long time ago. I've been playing Roblox for 9 years. Way too fucking long. Way too long. But, you know, and they did hurt me at first. Lewis and them, they used to like hurt my feelings when I was, even before RSSR. These RSSR, I built the skin up, but before then, when I was working for them, they insult their own members, and their members, if you're listening, you'll know officers insult you guys. I see it happen still, and it hurts your feelings. But just remember that, you know, words are words, and yes, they can hurt. I don't believe in that saying, but if you build yourself up, then it's easier to deal with them. What else? Big update coming for Christmas. I'm gonna do more than just a snowman hunt. I'm gonna Christmas theme papers and stuff better than I did Halloween. That Halloween map was pretty damn dumb. It was not good. I think the only fun part was the it thing, so I put a thing for it. But I don't know. I kind of half-assed it. But I'm actually gonna work. I'm gonna put Christmas lights in the buildings, and you know, how do you guys feel about the Frankish and, you know, the situation? I could see people defending them in a certain way. Maybe I'm too aggressive on them, maybe? I'll tell them all on YouTube. Let's go in here. Oh, see, I really like feedback like this. A lot of people really like the game. I don't get that much like hate mail against the game. Sometimes, mostly YouTube comments. I really don't get a lot of DMs and stuff saying, "Oh, I hate the game." I don't think I have this loot full. Oh, I do. Okay, we updated it. I think it's Vasiliev, or Premier Vasiliev. Alright, let's conclude that. Some in the comments if you want me to do more of these. I'm thinking about doing other things, maybe even games outside of Roblox. I play other games, believe it or not. I play more than just Roblox. So if you want me to do any like gameplays, Let's Plays and such, I will do them. Just give me a suggestion. Maybe even the real papers too, if I have it. Guys have a great day. I don't have an outro or intro yet, but I will find one.